What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about something that's been plaguing Madden since I believe it was after Madden 16. What went on in that game between, I believe it was Stiff and Problem, right? There was a blitz that was out of, I think it was like Dime 146 or something like that. And it became kind of wild because if you didn't know how to block it, the D tackle will just scream and just went crazy. All right, and it was on a big stage. Everybody was able to see it. EA Sports development team, they panicked and they came up with this situation called Nano detection. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys both sides of the story. Pretty much right now, there's three different modes. You got arcade, you got simulation, and you got competitive. In my opinion, competitive mode should not have any of the helpful benefits of the AI. It should be all user. It should be all like, look, are you good enough or are you not? That's pretty much all it should be. Nothing else should be going on with it. So I just have to make sure everybody understands that. I'm all for, other people that don't really understand the game. Say for instance, right? Say for instance that you're new to Madden and you want to go out there and you want to start playing Madden. And it's like, all right, yo, look, I want to see how good I am at the game. Because I'm going to show you guys some clips in a second. But I just want to give you guys an understanding of it. If they were able to go ahead and make it so that you could, pretty much set your whole division or whatever it is and, know what it is within it. And you can choose, arcade mode. You could choose simulation. You can choose, competitive. Instead of making it competitive and making the game unbelievably unrealistic for everyone, you can separate it into the modes. Now, currently, like I said, I've been labbing a lot of stuff, so I went from, Legend tier all the way down to All-Star. Like, it's wild, bro, but I'm usually, in Legend. But I lab throughout the week, and then we play Weekend League. All my viewers know how we roll. Currently with everything that's going on, you guys can go ahead and see, what the record is down there. We're number 796 at this time. I don't really care about that. At this point, it's just about the interaction with my viewers, you guys having fun, we calling each other trash and having a great time. But again, everybody that logs into a head-to-head game will automatically set default to competitive mode. And that is my gripe with EA Sports. If you're gonna say competitive mode, you should not have benefits of anything from the AI, which means that the computer should not assist you with anything. You should have to click on for an interception. You should have to do everything yourself because that'll separate real competitors from a guy that just comes out and just spamming buttons, like just doing whatever he wants, doing anything at any time. It doesn't make any sense. So now, with all the buildup, I'm going to show you one of my recent games. Most of you guys are already subscribed to GmiasWorld Gaming, so you'll be able to see this game when it happened live. It was a rage fest. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to Deion Sanders. What the hell is he doing? What is he doing? It looks sort of like he's doing the Michael Jackson, and he's on his toes right there, by the way. It's really stupid. But what he's actually doing is he's counting to 17 Mississippi. Now, what I want you guys to understand is that is a critical part in the game because that gave him enough yardage to get a field goal. And you can see at this point in the game, I'm up 3-0. So what I ask you is this. If you're a logical human being and you're watching this, why is that allowed? If I'm going to send pressure and this guy wants to send out all these routes, let me ask you a question. You know what's funny about this, bro? This is why somebody should be held accountable for this. Hear me out, because I really enjoy and I watch football and it's been in my family for years, right? Think about this. The most recent Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and the Kansas City Chiefs. Did you see what was happening when they kept sending 5 out? Did anybody see what was going on? They were getting manhandled. They were getting destroyed. You know why? Because you can't block people the same when you're sending out 5 routes. They try to do different things like scat protection. Maybe, sometimes they had the little RPO, whatever. It didn't matter because they weren't leaving people in to help block. So it was automatically you were getting sacked. But why does in the left-hand corner, the COMP is an abbreviation for competitive. This game is not competitive. There has not been one game that's been competitive all year in Madden because all of these things that go on, this is not a correct situation for this mode. And somebody needs to hear it. Somebody needs to sit down and listen to that and just say, you know what? If we're going to do head-to-head, let's have head-to-head in different modes and give lesser tier rewards. Now I know that sounds weird, like, yo, what do you mean lesser tier rewards? If you play on arcade mode when everything is a fumble and everything is garbage, you shouldn't get the same rewards as somebody that plays competitive mode that has to deal with understanding the user, understanding what needs to be done at the right time, the right defenses. Look at this dude. Like, dude, are you serious? All right, now that's one. Now we did it again. This guy was a glutton for it. He just kept sending out 5 routes, and he knew I was gonna get nano detected. Oh, I didn't mean to reset it like that, but he just kept getting nano detected. Like, what? Why is that going on? Why is that something that is in the game, in a competitive aspect of the game? It just doesn't make much sense. So I ask you guys, as my viewers, or even people that just come in to just, you know, you just come in to see what's going on, what's the latest with Madden. This should not be implemented in Madden 22 in competitive mode. Whatever you want to do with arcade mode, like simulation, is it really sim? I don't know, dude. Like, I played sim a little bit when it was like, you know, I was in different franchises, you know, back then. I don't know how they've changed it since then, but simulation is very similar to competitive in a lot of aspects. So what I'm saying is you can give other people the opportunity to have this kind of garbage go on where they're getting assistance from the AI, but this is not a good look for competitive Madden, because, you know, we've already been dealing with it, and I don't know how many people are actually voicing their displeasure with it. And yes, we know that a lot of people do not listen. You know, some of the people that are up front with us in the community that work for EA, they'll let us know, yeah, we're gonna get that feedback to the team. I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind why the team thinks that this is okay, but this is completely unacceptable. You know, I'm gonna still pick him off because the dude's blind. You know, he's blind in one eye and he can't see out the other. So realistically, I'm gonna still pick him off. But what I'm saying is, it's a harder situation, because if you look at it, pay attention. He has the smoke route on the left. He doesn't want the smoke route. He wants that. He wants that crosser, because you know what? McLaurin was burning me all game with it, and that's why at this point he was up 7-3. If you want to know what happens at the conclusion of this game, check out GmiasWorld Gaming right here on YouTube. Most of you guys already subscribed. You got post notifications on. You guys are goated. You know how that rolls. But what I'm going to tell you about it is this. How much longer can we deal with this? You see, like, how much longer can we accept the fact that they are blatantly putting it in our face? It is completely ridiculous that the guy is stopping right there. I don't know what is going on right now. I don't understand what this is, but I'm going to tell you right now, for Deion Sanders with a 99 speed and a 99 acceleration to take away from that, that opens up that smoke route. That creates a headache because Nandi is more than 15 yards away. Now I gotta click on, I gotta fight back down and all that stuff when I'm sending another player. Now, this is what's fascinating, you know, to me and everybody else. Everybody has a new, you know, a saying with send to, get through, send to, I'm gonna be at your mom's crib. It's a lot of different variations with the whole send to thing. Why is send to so popular? Why is send to a situation where everybody's just okay with it? It does not make any sense, because if I send to, it's more likely that I would get a shed and sack him without any nano detection. But if I send pressure while he's sending out 5, I get stopped. That doesn't make any sense. And if you look at this, this is so egregious because look, watch who comes to block me. The guard comes all the way over to block Deion when Deion would be right around the edge. And like I said, you know, a lot of the people at EA Sports, they'll be like, yeah, this happened, this happened. Just go back to the last football game that we got. Go back to the Super Bowl. Look at what Tampa Bay did to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you guys can argue, oh, the linemen weren't there. Or you can argue whatever you want. But if you see what happens when you send 5 out, you are opening up your quarterback to just straight savagery. And there's no nano detection in the real NFL. So I don't understand how this goes on. And again, with the way that it's being explained right now, a lot of you guys are like, yo, Gmia, I appreciate the way you explained it because I didn't understand it. I didn't know why my player was stopping. I was very angry about it. Pretty much I've been playing Madden for so long that I've seen the good, the worst, and just the disgusting of Madden. All right, and right now we are in a very bad state as far as gameplay. The MUT content, I'm really enjoying. The MUT team really kills it. And that's what's so bad about the whole situation, because you can't really give them the credit. Even though the power-up situation is stupid with, you know, what happened recently, they're still doing like the Canvas Hero garbage, whatever. The MUT content and that team has been unbelievable. But the gameplay team has to know that this does not make sense. This is a complete ridiculous reenactment of what's supposed to be football. Now, I understand. Some of you guys are going to say, yeah, Gmia, but bro, it's a video game. Let me ask you a question, though. Whatever video game you play, say you play Call of Duty, you know, whatever, you play Apex, you're playing whatever, right? If you shoot somebody and they have almost no life left, and you shoot them and they just get up and be running around and then shoot you and kill you, would you be upset about that in Call of Duty, Apex, something like that? Would you be mad that the AI made it so that you stopped, you were pulling the trigger, but it was so slow that by the time you pull the trigger, you were already shot when you had him dead to rights? Would you be okay with that? I understand it's a game, but it's a game that all of us engage in, and they have to do a better job of being able to allow us to be able to make that mistake. Now, hear me out, right? Say I blitz just like that and he comes straight through and he hits me with a screen or RPO to the left, or that smoke route is wide open and he goes for 6. I can't blame anybody but myself. You see what I'm saying? Look, say right now, just imagine this, because it's you know, in EA Sports world, he's not supposed to come right in. So you see how he stops? Let's imagine that he runs straight in on the blitz. You know, like how you hit somebody with a screen when they're too aggressive? Say that happens, right? And you come down and you're zooming in and he gets the screen off and they get the blocking on the left and it goes for 6. I would say, congratulations, EA Sports. I would clap my hands, bro. EA, you got it. You got it. Because that makes sense. Because I'm gambling with sending an extra guy. But to do it like this helps no one. And somebody needs to see this, and they need to be able to sit down that team and explain it to them. This helps no one. All it does is make the game more infuriating, and it makes terrible Madden players have a really good time. And I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't think that this is something where, you know, we should allow it to keep going and just stay silent about it. I understand what happened in that championship game between Stiff and Problem. I understand that. I understand that you don't want to fix the offensive line's mechanics, or you rather slow down the blitz. But it's time that you put something together in the modern era with all these new systems, PS5, the Xbox X. It's time that you go to work and you make the AI for the offensive line be smarter and understand where they're supposed to block, and make people that are blitzing allow their blitz to come back in. It's that time. You know, we have to come together as a community and let them understand, you know, whatever the reason is, you guys have been getting away with it for 4 or 5 years. It's time that you step it up and stop this nano detection crap, because it's garbage. And that's being as respectable as possible in that regard. It's really, really bad. So I would urge you guys, you know, I know what you guys do. You guys are going to go crazy. You guys are going to go say what you have to say. But just be very respectable about it and let them understand this is not good. And the new patch has made it even worse, because I can't remember the last time that I was getting nano detected this much. I got nano detected maybe 6 or 7 times this one game, which you guys will be able to see over at GmiasWorld. So go check that out at your earliest convenience. But I'm completely appalled and I'm disgusted. And I think you guys should be as well. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you're having an unbelievable day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.